Hello there, I'm the base manager and welcome back to Space Engineers. Now, today I started this episode just by doing a little bit of grinding over here. As you can see, I made a few holes in this iron deposit. I thought that maybe we could use the resources. Right, let's pack up the crane, please. Pack up the crane, I said. Here we go, now it's going in the correct orientation. There we go. I expelled a few bits of ice from the storage, and I created a small minefield around myself because I just like pain and suffering, apparently. I will have to maneuver it very carefully, and I assume that freighter is going to pass right by where we are, but we should be long gone when that thing comes in here, so I'll just pretend we are not seeing it. But in any case, I grinded those resources. In fact, we have a good amount now. We have a little bit of stone, some ice still remaining, iron, and other things. We even have a good amount of iron already turned into ingots, I mean. So I think we are good to go when it comes to establishing the foundations of our refueling station, which is something that we are going to be doing today. I'm going to travel to the ice asteroid, if I can find it, right there. We are going to travel there, and I'm going to start establishing a few things. Now let's just put the crane in place. Okay, I think the crane is as lined up as we ever going to get it. So it is time for me to... where is the park? Well, no parking brake, that's fine. Let's turn on the let's turn on the engines. And hello? There we go. What? The hell is going on over there? Please return to your position. Okay. So it's always a good idea to lock your hinges in place, and that means also locking the rotor. The rotor is locked, okay. Enough screwing around. Let's get the hell out of here. Let's point towards the ice asteroid and try to make a quick trip there. It's only a couple of minutes of journey. Let's see, the ice asteroid is right there, I'm pretty sure. Yep, that's the ice asteroid. Let's go! Okay, my friends, so here we are, back at the ice asteroid. Let's try to land gently. Very gently, and there we go. We are now attached to the floor. At least the parking brake got activated, and that thing is green. Oh, hello. Pirate signals all over the place. It was to be expected, I suppose. This is space after all, the final frontier. But yeah, now we are in the ice asteroid that we have been looking for a very long time. And after thinking about it, I thought that yes, this is the location where I want my resupply station to be at. I'd rather go out and mine resources than trying to go for ice to make fuel. Right, we never know how much fuel we actually going to need. So I'm going to choose this location where we have landed because there is plenty of sunlight so that we can have some solar panels going to provide us with power. We can also use hydrogen generators because there is going to be plenty of that stuff laying around. So let's go over here into our production queue. We have to remember I have 0 things with me. I have 0 plates. So, given that we only have 1 assembler, please go crazy. Oh wow, unluckily for me, the local grid is not like flat with the floor. Ah, this is going to be slightly annoying, because I'm pretty sure that by using free placement, I'm most likely than not to get it slightly sideways. I'm not going to make it perfectly flush, but hey, at least it's going to be better than the local grid, that's for sure. Okay, so this gives us a solid platform for us to start this thing. So pretty much the idea is we are going to make like a pressurized building for us to live in, quote unquote, right? For a place where we can be without our helmet and we would not suffocate, right? This is going to be that platform, and then on the outside we are going to have a couple of assemblers and refineries. Nothing too major, just to process any stone that we might get, although I'm pretty sure we are going to get 0 stone out of this. But still, we never know. We never know. And then we would have our oxygen H2O2 generators and the storage. I built in here on purpose because, well, like I said a few times already, hydrogen tanks are a little bit explosive. You know, they tend to go boom when shot, and this is space. The enemies will pay us a visit sooner or later, okay? It's not like in the planet where we are safe in between the mountains. In here everybody can see us. So if they shoot our hydrogen tanks, those things are going to go in a chain reaction and blow up the entire base. I'm pretty sure, and I don't want to risk it. And I'm already out of steel plates. So the idea would be that we would use this cliff over here to get ourselves a little bit of room, covered room by a roof, and then we would have our storage, our hydrogen storage over there, safe and sound, where no bullets can hit it. So yeah. And then, on top of all of this, we would have a drill crane, similar to that one, but much bigger, and that drill crane is going to be responsible for collecting us all the ice that we are ever going to need. Alright, my friends, so the platform has been welded. We now have a solid foundation to work on. I didn't want to have just a square shaped, so I gave it these angles, and I'm kind of thinking that we can cover this entire area in windows, right? So that we can have a good view of our surroundings. I'm glad that I found a silica-rich asteroid, because I'm pretty sure we are going to need a bunch of that stuff. And I also gave myself plenty of room to have at least 2 or 3 hydrogen tanks underneath the main platform. That way, like I said previously, those structures are going to be somewhat safe from random gunfire, and we should avoid an unfortunate chain reaction in the base. So now I made some girders. Let me just go grab those so that I can start putting down a couple of windows. Okay, my friends, so I believe I have placed all of the frames, at least for this observatory area. I really like the way this is starting to look. If we go in here, let's get inside, cut off the jetpack. We can see that from our observatory we can actually see the planet, which was the objective, right? And we will be able to see the crane, which should be positioning, we should position it somewhere into that mountain in front of us, right? So we'll have enough vision of everything that it is important. And over here on the back we are going to have these pillars, just to break it off a little bit. This is going to be the entrance, right? And in here we are going to place our production, like assemblers and stuff like that. I might even expand a little bit this platform so that we have more space. But now, not only do I have to weld all of this, I also have to do something that is going to be a little bit costly, which is using full blocks. Maybe not, maybe not, maybe not. Because here's the thing, if I use these blocks, right, I have to use it like this, and then I cannot attach anything on top of the base. I like to use these half blocks, mostly because they save on materials. Most of the platform is half blocks, pretty much, and I have been doing this method for quite some time now, as it is far more cheaper to build. But if, like I said, if we do that, we cannot attach anything on top of that, and on the other hand, we cannot turn them like this, because first they will not attach, and second we will not have a enclosed space so that we can actually have an atmosphere, right? However, the more I think about it, if I do something like this, let's see if I can pull it off. in front of you guys. I usually find that doing things while I am not speaking usually tends to go somewhat better, but at the same time, you know, it is also nice for you guys to see some of my building methods. And there we go. This way we can actually save on materials, have a airtight room, and be able to attach stuff on the roof of the observatory. So I think I'm going to use this method instead of using the full blocks, once again because it's cheaper, and that's always important in a place where you have limited resources available to you. Well, my friends, with a roof, this thing even looks more magnificent. I'm really liking the way this thing is turning out to be. So yeah, I went with the pattern that I showed you before, with a ramp on the outside and then one of these ramps, light armor slope 2 by 1 by 1. Right, and then connects to the aft blocks. Given that we are in a diagonal over here, we are going to have a not even pattern, right? It's not going to be all flush, but at the same time it's going to do like it's going to break away a little bit. It's not going to be all even, and I think it's going to look nice in the end. Oh well, my friends, with just a roof, this thing is already looking pretty neat. I really like the pattern. It's just a shame these blocks in the corners over here. But we actually need these blocks to be right there. If we see, these are the inverted corners. These are the ones that make... Ouch! Don't bang your head, that's not good. These are the ones that complete the pattern for the light armor corners, right there. And we actually need those to make an airtight space, or at least I believe so. So we'll have just to ignore them. And at the same time, it's a handy location to place a couple of lights, because, well, with this roof, we'll not be placing any lights in here, that's for sure, but at least we have a few attachment points, and that way we can give a little bit of light. Well, my friends, it would appear that I will have to go and grab myself a little bit of silicon, because clearly we are going to need a bunch of that. Oh boy, I was... Like, with all the stone that I collected, I was only able to produce 65 bulletproof glass. That's like nothing in comparison to what we actually need. So I'm just going to weld whatever I can, whatever it is made out of plates, so that we take as much resources out of the vessel as possible, so that we have space available. And then I think I'm going to go for a small mining trip in our silicon slash iron asteroid over there. Well, let me just tell you, this silicon deposit is in the most inconvenient place ever decided by a game. Oh my lord, how the hell am I gonna get in there? This is going to be super tight. I hope I don't bang against anything, because I will have to attach myself probably somewhere around here so that I can extend the drill into this silicon deposit. I really don't want to do any end drilling if at all possible. Using the pistons is much faster. Well, my friends, if you can't find a good parking spot, how about you make your own parking spot? Yeah, this was the only way I could attach myself to this asteroid so that I could mine this silicon. I could not find any good place to put the vessel at. And speaking about vessel, I really liked one of the suggestions that we got in the comment section. And I renamed this ship Oak, the colonizing ship. So yeah, let's extend our drill and attempt to get a little bit of that. Alright, my friends, I was able just to scrape the surface only to get the good stuff out, so that we would avoid transporting with us a bunch of stone, because stone is also heavy. Let's take a look at what we have. We have 11k plus a little bit of stone in this cargo container. The basic refinery is already processing the stuff, as we are producing bulletproof glass, right? And we also have another cargo container with more stuff. Yep, this one over here also full. I think I'm going to stop now. I don't want to fill up both of my all of my cargo containers with silica and stone. I also would like to get a little bit of iron, since we are already here. So I'm just going to pack up the drill and leave. But I'm going to leave this parking spot over here because I'm pretty sure we'll come back in here soon enough. You see, I have to pretty much retract that piston so that we can rotate the crane due to very inconvenient node placement, but all is good, all is good. The crane has been cleared the obstacle, so now all I have to do is put it back in place, rotate it, and leave this place. Well, my friends, for some reason I cannot find the iron deposit in this asteroid. I started the episode in here, right next to it, and I just went in circles and circles. I even drilled my way into the freaking asteroid to try and find it, and the only iron I find is underground. So you know what? I still have a good amount of iron on me. Not really. Could use a little bit more. But oh well. I have spent more than enough time in here. It is time for me to go back. I'm sure that... yeah, we have enough material still. Yeah, plenty of silicon. Nice. So, time to go back, build all of those windows, and see if I can start placing a few assemblers here and there. Alright, my friends, we have just arrived at the ice asteroid. However, I believe I should probably do a little bit of ice collection, because as you can see, we only have 37% fuel left. That was because I had to go around and around searching for that iron that I could never find. It's like you guys said, a nord detector over here would be most useful. It's just that I really don't know if I have all the necessary resources and if I want to use them. Because I kinda know where the... Hello? Stop, please. Thank you. Because I kinda know where all the resources are already. At least the resources that we are going to need, like silicon and iron and stuff like that. But other resources would also be nice to discover, like nickel and stuff like that. But oh well. For now, we'll have to make do with what we have, and whenever I have spare resources, I'm definitely adding a ore detector, also a survival kit, we also don't have one of those, and an antenna. Those are the three things that I forgot to add to the craft, and that it would be most useful to have. Okay, my friends, I already secured the crane. I only collected this little bit of ice, but was more than enough to fill up a few cargo tanks. If we go over here, we can see that when it comes to ice, I have plenty of resources already in storage. Hopefully that is going to be enough to fill up our tanks. If not, well, we can always collect a few more. But in any case, while those resources are being processed, I'm going to take that time to start welding all of these windows. This is probably going to take a while, and hopefully, fingers crossed, I brought enough silica, because yeah, this is like 3 billion worth of bulletproof glass, which tends to be expensive, so yeah, let's see if we do have enough for this. So the production of bulletproof glass, it's taking its sweet time. As you can see, we have a bunch of orders queued up. And that's because of the refining speed of our refinery. It's not that we don't have silicon, we just haven't refined it yet into useful resources, like silicon wafer. And so we have, well, let's just say it took me a sweet time just to weld half of the windows that we are going to get. So I've been occupying myself with placing the machinery that we are going to need. So pretty much we are going to have 2 assemblers, 2 refineries, and 3 oxygen slash hydrogen generators over here. This is all the machinery that I think we are going to need. After all, we are not going to be processing materials over here, nor are we going to be assembling a lot of things over here. This is mostly for to help us out, right? With production. Then we are going to transfer those gases down here, so that we can store the hydrogen safely away from any enemy bullets. We are then going to bring the logistic over here, through the roof, We are going to take advantage of this junction and place a turret right there for protection of the base. Especially because these freighters have been strolling by. For now, they have been passing through us at a safe distance. They barely registered, they only start registering after 10 kilometers, but some of them have been, you know, pretty close, like 5 kilometers or so. So eventually, we are going to have a fight on our hands, and it's not going to be pretty. But in any case, let's hope that that takes its sweet time, especially because we are still very far away from what we need. Then we are going to use that conveyor junction that we have over there for our turret to bring the logistics inwards, so that we can have a gas vent over there and a gas vent over there. This gas vent is going to pressurize and depressurize the airlock over here. We are going to use a button panel or something like that to control that. And this one is just to pressurize this chamber over here. Now, as you might imagine, this is going to take me a sweet time to weld all of this, mostly because of the production time of the assembler that we have and the refinery. It's pretty basic stuff, but we could not fit a lot of things in there, so we just have to make do with what we have. Alright, my friends, I've been in here for a long time. I pretty much placed everything that I wanted. I'm just waiting on the bulletproof for this final windows over here, and all the windows are going to be finally built. You have no idea how long I've been waiting. It's been a long time, but I'm just going to finish off the windows, add a few more details here and there, and then what we are going to do, we are going to go back to the planet, because there are a few resources that I don't have available to me in here. Resources like silver and cobalt, silver to make a medical room and a survival kit, cobalt to make grids for the cargo thingies, and you know, I'm also going to bring with me already smelted resources, nickel ingots and silicon wafer and stuff like that, so that we don't have to rely on our basic refinery for those things, or at least, you know, on ballpark, because as you can imagine, we are going to need a bunch of resources to weld all of this, and I'm not too keen on waiting 72 hours for the refinery to process all the resources that we are actually going to need. But in any case, over here we are going to have 3 large hydrogen tanks to store the hydrogen that we are going to get, 1 large cargo container, because we also need cargo for all that ice. In here we are going to have a hydrogen engine and a little bit more gas storage, such as the oxygen tanks on the bottom, and then I'm going just to add elbow pieces in these conveyor junctions and add additional small hydrogen tanks over here to store just a little bit more hydrogen. We have that space available to us, so why not? I just need to weld whatever it is in here first, because we will lose access to those areas if we add too many things, so those things will have to wait. Then we have a logistics conveyor tube going all the way into this tower, where we are going to have our crane. I am not building anything just yet, because this is already too much to weld, so I kinda want to take my time with this. But the idea would be to add a piston over here. On top of that piston we would add a rotor and a hinge, and then we would add a bunch of other pistons plus a drill head. That would give us a lot of articulation, meaning that we would not only drill in one place, we could actually drill in a large area, getting a bunch of resources without having to build a bunch more pistons. So, yeah, that's what I think I'm going to do, so I still have to wait probably another half an hour for this bullet. I'm joking, it's like 5 minutes, but it looks like half an hour for this bulletproof glass to be ready. And then, like I said, we are going to leave this for just a moment. Don't worry, we'll be back here before the end of the episode. But a few resources are required, so we have to go and get them. And here we go, my friends. The final window has been welded. Just look at this. I don't know about you guys, but I just feel that this looks absolutely gorgeous. The more I look at this, the more I like the shape of it. I think it's going to be a really nice refueling station. Let's just take a look on the inside before we leave. If you ask me, I think that Space Engineers has really beautiful windows. And look at that view. Perfect view. But now it is time for us to leave this place, at least temporarily, because we have to go back to base and well, collect a few more resources. So let me just stow away my crane and go back to my base. Okay, finally we are now connected to the main grid of the main base, which means we can now turn off everything, refill our hydrogen, and we brought a little bit of ice with us, so we'll be able to also restock on the supply of hydrogen inside of the base. Cool, let me also place the batteries on recharge so that we don't siphon any power from them. It feels good to be back on gravity. I can now use gravity to align myself. You have no idea how many times I was upside down in space and it was actually bothering me. But in any case, now that we are finally back here, I'm going to place some resources in there. We should also have some of the silicon that we brought back with us pulled out of storage and put into our refineries. Yeah, I'm just going to take the ingots, place them inside of the containers, and that is going to be good for resources that we are going to take with us. Yeah, and I come back here, look at what I found. What the hell is this game? What? Game, are you okay? Are you feeling fine? Look at this! Look at this! Look at the... My monstrosity is going crazy! I don't know what the hell is going on. Let me try and turn off the magnetism on this. Maybe that's what is affecting this. Nope, it's not the magnetism. Oh well, it's just the game being dummy. Okay guys, but while we are also here, let's take care of one of the things that we need, which is the ore detector. I'm thinking about putting the ore detector right there, because it is the one of the few spaces that I have available to me. So let's see, where is my ore detector? Here it is. If we go like this... Oh no, it doesn't fit properly, huh? It doesn't fit flush. Oh, it fits better than I expected. I thought I only had one square of space. This is much better, actually. Okay, so with the ore detector built on this side, we can place the antenna. We can also bury the antenna in here. I'm pretty sure this is... Oh no, this is not 2x2, is it? No, this is actually pretty big. Oh, this is no bueno. I don't want a big-ass thing like this. At least, well, I mean... Let's see, can I point it over here? Can I place it over there? Would this look that terrible? Would that interfere with anything? Well, maybe I found the place for the antenna after all. Okay, my friends, I think I have enough resources now. I'm going to bring a few more boxes of ammunition with us. Little bit of everything, pretty much. From iron to silicon to nickel, most of which is right there. I'm going to also bring 1k of cobalt and 1k of silver with us. I'm pretty sure this is more than enough, but just in case, this way we have all the resources that we need. Yeah, I think that's it. Our tanks are filled up, our batteries are recharged, and we are ready to go. Okay, so let's go through our checklist. Let's turn on all the engines, let's turn off the batteries from recharge, and let's turn off the tanks from stockpile. Everything is ready to go. Let's unlock and let's get the hell out of here. Okay, we are not going to crash, are we? 1, 2, 3, let's go. No, everything is cool. I'm not carrying more weight than I should. So, yeah, we're ready to go. Let's just get the hell out of here so that we don't crash against anything. And let's make our way back into our... where is it? Over there. Let's make our way back into the ice asteroid. And here we are, guys. We are now back at our base. In space, at least. Let's turn off all the engines. We spent a little bit more fuel than last time, but we were carrying more weight with all those ingots. Now, what should I start welding first? That's a very good question. I think I'm going to start for the with the assembly area over here and then expand the logistics from there. That's probably for the best. Okay, my friends, so I decided to build this battery over here because, well, the base is without power. We still don't have any source of any way to produce power, so I cannot utilize these two assemblers to my advantage. Right, we are only producing stuff out of one assembler and it's taking forever, so I thought to build a cargo container, a temporary one, over here, but then I remember, hey, I don't have any battery. How the hell am I gonna... nope. It's the wrong inventory. How the hell am I gonna do anything if I don't have a way to put power my buildings? Well, I have to build one battery. That's how. Can I take anything else? No. So I'm going to transfer some materials over here, and then I'm going to have this thing produced from the build menu queue, and I'll have this produce like things in large quantities, like plates, for example, right? That we are going to need a billion of. so I can have this produce plates for us pretty much forever, and not going to, and we don't even need to think about it too much. But yeah, so now I should be able to build it just that little bit faster. Alright, my friends, we now have a spawning point within our refueling station. We still don't get any hydrogen or oxygen out of it, because there is still none in the grid, but at least we can recharge our health and energy every time Susan wants us to. But I think this is all the time that I have for today, guys. This is quite a large build, and I think we already got a lot of it done. But the same way that Rome was not built in one day, I don't think that we are going to complete this base in one episode, but we have a good start in here. I figure that by next episode we should have our defenses and our power production rolling, plus the crane. It would be nice. So yeah, guys, with that in mind, I hope that you have enjoyed this episode and that you are enjoying the series so far. If you are, please consider subscribing and help the channel grow. But in the meantime, this is the Base Manager signing out. Bye bye!